Kamala Harris yesterday posted something on X, which used to be Twitter, as you know. She's talking about a national strategy to counter Islamophobia. Watch this.
For years, Muslims in America and those perceived to be Muslim have endured a disproportionate number of hate-fueled attacks. As a result of the Hamas terrorist attack in Israel and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, we have seen an uptick in anti-Palestinian, anti-Arab, anti-Semitic, and Islamophobic incidents across America. This strategy will be a comprehensive and detailed plan to protect Muslims and those perceived to be Muslim from hate, bigotry, and violence.
Talk about tone deaf. Here's a woman who doesn't even listen to her own FBI director or a White House that doesn't look at what's happening in this country and doesn't understand the number one issue is anti-Semitism.
Don't you think it's their ratings, their approval ratings have gone down? Now she's
you also have a press secretary that said the same thing. The press secretary came out and she was very hesitant to say anti-Semitism is an issue until she got such backlash. She said, "Oh, I misheard the question. Anti-Semitism is abhorrent and we should push back against it." But to your point, Ainsley, Zogby did a poll, but evidently we don't love the formula, the science behind it, but you understand the trends that are revealed by it, that 17% of Arab Americans expressed support for President Biden. He had 59% support in the 2020 election. So President Biden should decide, do you want to be a leader and do what's right, or do you and let the chips fall where they may at the age of 80? Or do you want to just be a person who's going to sway in the wind with politics in order to get reelected instead of just staying on the way of right? Because Muslims also are against anti-Semitism, Lawrence.
Yeah, way to miss the moment. I mean, I don't understand why they feel like they can both sides this. When you have 60% of hate crimes in this country being targeted against Jews, I mean, this is a pretty simple thing to do. Do the right thing. I mean, we talk about where I'm at right here now. There was a swastika drawn on this building 2 weeks ago. Right across the street, there's another swastika that was drawn on a school. Right. So, I mean, the president has to take a position here, and it doesn't have to even be political. As Brian noted, his own FBI director gave him the numbers. He has the political cover. But I think the issue is this, and this is something that the Democrats have to be honest about. There's a segment in their party that agrees with Hamas. And you shouldn't want those people a part of your party. You shouldn't. You should condemn them.
Well, absolutely, Lawrence. But here's the thing. This is now suddenly a domestic political issue because I was reading in the Times of Israel this morning that apparently Democratic leaders in the swing state of Michigan have been calling the White House saying, look, if you're just going to be so 100% behind Israel, you are going to lose the support of Michigan Democrats. Yep. And they need Michigan to win the White House again. And so after the FBI director says there's all this hate, after we saw the Cornell kid get arrested for threatening to slit the throats and rape people up at Cornell, the next day after this poll comes out from the Arab American Institute, what happens? The White House says, you know what? We're worried about the people who are feeling the wrath of Islamophobia. Lawrence, you're there at the world-famous 2nd Avenue Deli on the Upper East Side of New York City. Ask somebody there if they feel that Islamophobia is as big an issue as anti-Semitism.